Yo, what is up, guys? In this video, let's talk about my final thoughts on semen retention after practicing it on and off for about 2 years now. So, if you're someone who's new to retention, congratulations. I think overall it's a very, very important thing to experience as a guy, something you should experiment with. People react differently to different lengths of time on retention. Some people, hit 2 weeks in and they might feel a little different than someone who's also at 2 weeks in. And, I think all it depends on your age, what maybe testosterone level you're at normally. Also, just a bunch of factors, actually. It's a lot. So, can't really, if you go on the internet and YouTube, you see someone say, oh, well, after 30 days, you will experience magical things on retention. I mean, it depends I think magical is kind of clickbait, I've been guilty of doing shit like that in these videos, a little bit. Kind of like, you want the click, I get it. You're trying to grow a YouTube channel, you gotta, entice people. You're competing against a lot of different videos. So, but anyways, let's give my honest thoughts. So I think retention is something that every guy should experience. Every guy needs to know that if they, say you break up with your girlfriend or, you're going through a dry streak or whatever, you should use, that point, that energy you have when you're not releasing it. You should use that to your advantage. I think that's what retention is all about. Do I believe this should be a lifestyle that should be practiced every day for the rest of your life? For me, not necessarily. I don't think so. Some people are all about, man, I'm gonna retain, never bust a nut again, or whatever. It's kind of funny. I guess it's up to you guys, but I think also life is all about different phases, man. It's all about different seasons, and embracing each season as it comes, rather than kind of oh man, I can't wait for that season. It's kind of like only deciding to be happy during summer every year, oh man, I'm only gonna be happy because summer, I go to the beach and this, but the rest of the seasons, I'm waiting for summer again. No. So same thing for retention, guys. If you're going, you're dating girls and you're constantly hooking up and spilling your fucking seed, hey man, that's fucking sick. But also, I've been through that where I've been, gone through phases where I've been doing that, and you go through phases where you're not, and that's totally okay. But I think the thing about retention is that you shouldn't fall into the trap of you're wanting to meet girls and this and that, but you're at home touching yourself and busting up because you're just maybe not seeing someone right now, or you're not dating one right now. Retention is something that if you're stuck, especially if you're some guy who's watching a lot of porn, if you're touching yourself and you're not feeling great because of that, you just you want to meet women. Retention is a huge dude. That's the thing. When the Lord had a cold approach girls and date girls because of who I met in real life rather than use dating apps. Retention was such a good that's what got me over my 80 or not even 8%, 7% was me on retention. Going out and cold approaching women when you have social anxiety or haven't done that before, whatever. It's scary. But excuse me, I just drank this fucking Modelo Negra, good ass beer. I love this shit for night, and yeah, just made me kind of tired. Anyways. Retention, dude, I'm telling you, if you're someone who wants to learn how to cold approach women and date them without date girls without going on dating apps, retention is huge. It's like a cheat code. Also, all kinds of stuff. If you want to training for a fight, if you're training for some type of competition or something, retention's fucking sick. Retention is going to give you that energy, guys. If you want to say you have a weightlifting competition or you have a kickboxing match or something coming up, leading up to that match, you should be on retention. I think so, 100%, guys. Or maybe you're someone who wants to just do better in life. You just want to focus on you. You want to work on you. Retain. You should retain. This is it's like doing the hard things. It's like wake up in the morning. You don't want to wake up, but you go for a run, and you rather just lay in bed, but you just choose to get up and go for a run. It's kind of like retention is. It's a different aspect of life, but same thing. It's discipline. It's man, I really want to fucking just rub one out right now or something. And you're like, you know what? Nah, fuck that. And it's cool too, because now I'm thinking about this. Retention has made me realize that getting horny and stuff is just kind of like it's something you could, yeah, it's very powerful in the moment when you're like, fuck, man, like, God, I just want to, I just want to fucking bust a nut or whatever. But then you're like, you know what? Wait, I can fight through this, and I can just choose. It's easier for you to like flip the switch to be like, oh, no, I'm just not gonna be horny anymore, and so it gives you that discipline. It's a very, very valuable thing as a guy to be sexually disciplined and know that, cool, I want to bust a nut, or I want to do this, I want to hook up, or I want to, but I'm gonna choose not to. I'm gonna use this energy for different things. And Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich. Super good. Holy, oh man, sorry. Think and Grow Rich. There's a chapter on sexual transmutation. I remember reading this book a few times and being like, what the fuck is sexual transmutation? And he made it very vague on purpose. Remember, this book was written, I think, sometime in, I forgot when, in early 1900s, I believe, where talk about this type of stuff was very taboo. And I think his publisher, from what I was reading somewhere else, was saying that, hey, you gotta keep this vague. That way, otherwise people are gonna think you're weird, this and that. So anyways, the whole chapter on sexual mind you, there's like 11 or 12 chapters in the book. So one chapter is about this topic of what I'm saying is semen retention. Sexual transmutation is taking that sexual energy, that powerful energy, an energy that people have killed other people over. They've murdered people because of someone sleeping with their wife, or their lover, someone they loved, or they weren't even dating, but like they like that person or whatever. So the power of feeling horny and like wanting to have sex is so fucking powerful. Obviously, it's like our needs are like breathing's first, like that need of like wanting to breathe air, and then after that comes like drinking and eating. Like the need to like drink water and eat food to survive. And what's up there as close by with those things is the need to reproduce, the need to like bust your nut to release that energy. And with semen retention, guys, you're learning to transmute that energy where you would have busted a fucking nut onto your sock, or try to hook up anyone because you're just fucking horny and desperate. You're like, no, I'm gonna keep this energy. This is my energy. I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it in me. That shit stacks up. Every day you're not busting nuts, stacks up, stacks up, stacks up, adds up, adds up. Brick after brick after brick after brick. And you just you start becoming a different person, You start thinking more clearly. You start just more confident and whatnot. And, right now I'm on day 2, bro. I haven't been retaining lately, and I'm noticing as I'm speaking this video, guys, like I feel like me, when I'm on retention, I'm way more clear in my thoughts, and I articulate my thoughts better, and I speak more clearly and more confidently. And but also on the flip side, guys, I think that retention is not something you should be obsessed with. So a lot of guys get obsessed with retention. They think that they have to like retain every single day of the rest of their lives. They'll never bust a nut ever again. No to women because I'm just going to retain. And guys, I think it's about seasons. You gotta enjoy the season of life that you're in, whether you're in the season of retaining, or you're in the season that you're getting so many girls that you're not retaining and you're just fucking having fun. Enjoy the season that you're at, but just remember, retention's a tool in the toolbox, and it's kind of like you're building a house, right? Think of your life as you're building a house, and retention's like one of the tools in the toolbox. Like think of it as like a power drill, For different things you're gonna build in your house, are you always gonna use a fucking power drill? No, you might use a hammer for something, a saw, a fucking a wrench for something else, whatever. And for certain things in life, you use a certain different tool. And that's what I'm trying to say, is that retention is not the end all be all. I think that has some obviously great benefits, confidence, among other things. But there's other tools, other time. It's not about using our attention all the time for everything. So, live your life, enjoy yourself, have fun, hook up, whatever. Use retention when you want to do something. When you want to succeed at a certain thing in life, maybe retention might be the thing that helps you out quite a bit. It's up to you to know your body and your mind, how you react to semen retention. Maybe you feel a certain way 2 weeks in on retention, but once you hit 2 months, you're kind of like overly horny all the time and you're not thinking straight anymore and you feel cloudy in your head. And that's kind of how I get, I feel like 1 week, 2 week, 3 weeks in, I'm fucking, man, I love it. But if I hit over like a month and a half, coming on a month and 3 weeks or 4 weeks, I start feeling kind of weird and I never really get past that. And I feel like a little too obsessed with cold approaching girls and and trying to date, and I think they can pick up on that. Anyways, guys, subscribe for more. Check out that Calendly link in the description if you want to have a talk, whatever. Yeah. Anyways, that's all I got for now. Peace.